beautiful people of God. Thanks for joining again on today's episode of Voice in My Head. I'm Adebayo Oluwatobi, and today's episode is quite special, very special. Unlike other episodes we've had that were like one-offs, this one is it's gonna be a series. I'll be treating it between this week, next week, and maybe like the next 2 weeks. I should wrap it up. So it's basically about the importance of friendship in relationship. Importance of friendship in relationship. I'm sure most of us must have heard it before, but then I would like to lay emphasis on some certain facts, some certain important facts that you should know. And before we go deeper, I'm not a marriage counselor, but I'm not an expert, but considering my experiences from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 relationships, that it break fast. So we have a couple of experiences and I should have an opinion on this. So I believe you really enjoyed. So I recently moved to a new apartment not so long, about 4 or 5 months ago. And one of the flats is presently occupied by the parents of the landlord. And they're quite old. Mama celebrated her 85th birthday. That was like 2 weeks ago. She came around my apartment, gave me rice, very friendly people, amazing people. So Baba is like 90 something too. So a couple of days back, Mama came to me, she knocked my door and asked if I could help them with their DSTV. Apparently, they were having issues about setting it on DSTV Yoruba. African Magic Yoruba, rather. So I got there, took the remote, I started pressing, but it wasn't really, So I discovered there was no battery. So I asked them that, oh, sorry, Mama, could see battery? No. She was actually more software. So they started throwing banters at each other. They were like, oh, shall software, you would. Then I decided to just stay back, like, oh, really? Laughing, and they were they were laughing and all. And it dawned on me that this is what friendship is all about. This is what marriage should actually be about, or any relationship whatsoever. These people were super happy, very happy, and I knew at that point that their hormones are not as active as they should be. Now, not like Baba wants to wake up and do, or Mama is in the mood or something. They're not, even physical attraction is no longer there. Mama is all wrinkled, Baba is also, but they're still friends, good friends. Every time I'm at home, either I'm rehearsing my saxophone, I'm doing anything, you hear them at the corridor, they're talking or reading the newspaper. Baba is at the gate man. Anyone who enters the compound is always up and active and all that. Amazing people. And their children, at least the man who owns the building, should be probably in his 60s or thereabout. That means they've spent well over 50 or 40s thereabout years with themselves, and they are still this good. You see, when people say marry your friend, it is important. But then there is need for us to redefine it. It is important for you to marry your friend, but that doesn't mean you should marry all your friends or date all your friends, especially for the guys. Not all the female friends in your circle should you date. Don't date all of them. But when you are ready, when you are super ready, that you're tired of doing this whole short time and you really want to go into the longer, or like you really want to date someone for a very long time, please date your friend. I'm going to give you a couple of facts. Today is going to be about the advantages of dating or getting married to a friend. I'll give you about 3. Number 1, it's the freedom. Whoa. When you date your friend, you have this certain level of freedom. This is no longer about you trying to impress nobody. Some people find it very difficult to do some certain things in the presence of their lover. They are not so close that they be like, if I should act in this certain way, it would see me in a different light, or if I do this. But if you are with your friend, there's this certain level of freedom. You can even mess. Some people would find that, offensive, but maybe because of the fact that you guys have been together for a long time, you can probably do a lot of things that will be irritating to strangers. But because you're friends, you would find your company very interesting. There will be fun. You won't get bored. You see, this whole relationship and marriage thing that we all go about talking, it's all about communication, having something to discuss, having apropos to do, gist and all that. Nothing more. And living and building and becoming better. But if you do that, if you journey with a friend, when it comes to this particular stage of your life, you find it very free. You see yourself enjoying, some people are in some certain relationships that if anything bad happens to them, let's say the girl is in a problem and something so critical that she wouldn't want to tell her boyfriend, and you pick your phone, you call a friend because the friend would understand better than your boyfriend. Why not cuckoo make that friend who understands better your boyfriend. It sounds somehow, but it is important. We need to know that the journey is long and it could be very boring. There'll be a time where this whole thing will wear off. Oh, you're beautiful, I'm in love with you, I'm this and that and all that, your shape, your figure. Let her give birth to 2 to 3 children right now. You see her, tummy protruded, you see stretch marks, you see some certain things that will irritate you, and you won't be able to actually find that same thing that attracted you. But if you're with your friend, somebody that you can always gist about everything with, you feel free. There's this certain level of pressure that it takes off you. Like there is little or no pressure at all. You're not striving rather to impress. You're not striving to do beyond what you can. This person has seen you, in your worst state, in your best state, and all that. So it's quite important. That is one of the many importance of dating your friend. The freedom. Number two is mutual affection. Mutual affection. You see, when a guy meets a girl, and when a girl meets a guy too, both of them, when we first meet, for the first 5-6 months, you see the guy pretending. We can pretend. Oh, wow. You see them pretend, pick up a different attitude and all that. It happens to the opposite gender too, We want to do everything we can to excessively impress the partner. Like, this is what I can do. Some people even go to the extent of borrowing and going into some crazy debt just to impress you, provide and do all these unnecessary, Now, the moment that thing wears off, you start seeing a true color. You know for sure that what you've had so far, even from the start of it, wasn't even mutual at all. But for a guy who has been there, or for a girl who has been through your thick and thin, who knows you far better than anybody and all that, you will find such affection mutual. Do you get the point? I think we overuse this, I love you, I love you. I think we should start with I like you. Yeah. Because I don't think you would want anybody in your space as a friend if you don't like the person. Nope. The person must actually exude a certain level of maybe some certain energy or vibe for you to have allowed them in your space. So for somebody that you've liked, it would never be difficult for you to have that person, journey with you in the long run. I don't know if you get the point. We always have them in our circle. There are some people who are actually, I think, are the cause of our problems, Gongo. We go about looking for strangers, forcing them into our space, failing to compromise, and you see small problem happens, you eat breakfast, you start again with another stranger, and this thing keep going on and on until it becomes a routine. And when they give you this breakfast, you now come back to this same set of friends who understand you far better than the strangers you dated, only for them to come and console you. Why not cuckoo pick these people who understand you to your alone? Why not build friendship? Even if the person that happens to be a stranger that you like so much, why not really, really take your time? You need to be very sure there is a word in the dictionary called love learned. That means when someone is bereft of the affection you give, that means it's one-sided. Do you get the point? Like, how about you build it? Don't make the whole foundation based on friendship. Don't go into a relationship almost immediately. I've been there, trust me. Yeah. I told you from the start, like, I have like 2, 3, 4, 5 experiences like that. Yes, I just breakfast and that at the 2 moments. So you need to understand that it is important for you to choose friends above strangers. You could just try. Do you get the point? So mutual affection is another thing you benefit from dating a friend. You benefit a lot because this person has known you for a long time. They're about reasonably well. This person has been somewhat comfortable in your space. You know the person knows you. If there'll be need or room for compromise, it would only be a little, not something you really cannot adjust to. Do you get the point? So we go straight to the number 3. The number 3 thing you would enjoy being with your friend would be a safe place. Yes, the safety. You will feel safer with a friend than you will with a stranger. I said it in the previous one. I said that sometimes these people pretend. They pretend a lot, especially strangers. When we guys want to impress a girl, we go miles, we go lengths. Yes, we can do it. We can starve ourselves just to get the latest of stuff because we want a girl and we just want her to... You get the point. But with your friend, you feel safe. You get the point. You feel super safe. This is my guy. Like, anything happens in this world, he's always your 911. She's always your 911. And that's all about. Because remove sex, remove all these unnecessary frivolities and all that. What remains in relationship is friendship. Do you get the point? So pick your guy, pick your girl, build it, be intentional about it. I said it before, one of the many reasons we keep going back and forth with this thing is because we want to forcefully make strangers our friends. And some of us don't even spend enough time in making them our friends before we turn them to lovers. But I imagine you choosing the person who has been there for you every step of the way, who understands you far better than anyone, who would definitely, if anything happens right now, we all have that people in our life, they'll be like, okay, call this person, the person will know what to say or will know what to do. These are the people you should journey with. And marriage is a very, very long journey. I swear to you, very long. Except you are planning to have, nobody plans out to have a divorce though, but except you are not even looking at a long marriage. But if you're really looking at that, brother, sister, you need to consider dating your friend. Yeah. In as much as you've allowed them to be in your space, you've allowed them to be in your life, you like them, then they have the potential. Look out for it. Build it. Get better at it. Do you understand? But recently, I went for a wedding of some of my friends, okay? They've done themselves since we were in Indy. I'm sure some of my friends watching this video will relate to it. The wedding was last weekend. They met themselves since 2011. They got married last week. Oh my God, imagine. Like, when I saw the invitation that Afa was getting married to Maria, I was screaming like, okay, I first saw the proposal. I was like, Biri, are you serious? These people have been through a lot together. I can attest to it. Most of us can attest to it. Now, that is friendship. Because I really don't know what life wants to bring their way and they won't be able to tackle together. Because they've been through a lot. And they spent their time enough in friendship. Bringing that friendship into this relationship right now is amazing. I can imagine the good life they have ahead of them. For real. Like, over 10 years. Way over 10 years of friendship. Now they are married. Tell me, you have 10 years of memories built together, 10 years of apropos, 10 years of everything they can ever talk about. The good, because we have some very funny moments in school and some other things they can always talk about. That is what it's all about. Discussing your battles, your good days, your bad days, building, getting better, making money, building. Some people are already made out there and then they're looking for partners, quite all right. Before you even allow them into your space, turn them into your friends first. Make them your friends. It is important they are your friends first. If you know there are other ways to it, or you have any idea or some other opinions to it, you can drop it in the comment section. Let's discuss it. Tell me what you feel, because I really think that whatever relationship or marriage we all want to build, it should always be on the basis or the platforms or foundation of friendship. That is my take. So today is just all about the advantages of bringing friendship into relationship. Next week, we're going to talk about the disadvantages and some certain problems we face when we date some certain friends. All right, so that'll be all about it today. Thank you so much for joining. Remember the like button and the subscribe. I'm about to share the video also on other social platforms. I'll see you guys again next week. God bless you. I love you all. Thank you.